Hey guys, so in my previous video I showed you how I attach my armor together by the power of magnets, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install them. Luckily it's very simple, so let's get started. Okay, so you are going to need magnets. The type that I'm using are called neodymium magnets. They are incredibly strong, as you can see, and they do a really good job of holding my armor set together. The only slight downside to these guys is that they kind of chip easily. As long as you're not like playing around with them too much, like, oh my god, it's so strong. Okay, as long as you're not like, like slamming them together all the time, then you won't have to worry about, see something like this happening. So just don't be rough with them. Don't play around with them too much. And okay, next up, super glue. I just have regular cheap super glue that I bought from Harbor Freight. Marker, you're going to need a Dremel tool, and you're going to need the armor part that you want to use. So far I've been using two different shapes. Depending on the surface I'm working on, I'll either use a disc or a bar. So let's say I'm working on more of like a flat surface, I will most likely use the disc. However, if I'm working on like an edge or something thinner, I will most likely use the, oh my god. Okay, so I'll most likely use the bar on something like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the disc first. The first thing you want to do is you want to remove them from each other. Oh, Jesus. So this is probably the hardest part. It's just trying to remove the magnets from each other because they're so strong and they're so small at the same time, so it's really hard to get a good grip. But what I've been doing is I'm just kind of trying to push them away from each other. Okay, I think that's good for now. So this is the Dremel tool, and this is the drum bit that I like to use to drill out like just a small hole. So you don't want to drill too deep, and as you can see, you're gonna just put your finger in there and dig this part out. It's very easy. Before you glue it, you will want to test it out first. Okay, good. So it looks like it's not too deep, not too shallow. I'm gonna go ahead and use super glue to glue this bad boy in. You might want to use gloves for this because it could get a little bit messy. Okay, so just press down, and you'll want to leave it there for about 5 to 10 minutes. So it's been about 5 to 10 minutes, which means the glue should be all good and dried up by now. Before we move on to the next magnet, in case you forgot how magnets work because you haven't played with them since you were a kid or something, each magnet has two magnetic fields, and they're defined as a north pole and a south pole. So two magnets will be attracted by their opposite poles, south pole, north pole. Otherwise, they're going to repel if the pole is the same as the other, south pole, south pole. Hope that made sense. But all that really means is you just really have to pay attention to what side you're going to glue your magnets on, because you're going to have a bad time if both sides that are supposed to link to each other are the same poles, because they're not going to be buddies. In order to not screw up, I just like to boop. There we go. Now you know what side we're going to glue this one on. I like to take a marker and just kind of mark an X or something. So just push that out. Okay. Okay, so there's the marker side. That means I have to face it to the foam. Alright, and again, wait about 5 to 10 minutes until you do a quick test on them. Okay, let's see if this works. It's been about 15 minutes. Okay, there you go. There you have it. Okay, next up we are going to go ahead and work with the bars. I like to twist mine off, or not. How do I do this again? Okay. Twist and pull. There you go. That's the trick. Alright, I think we'll get it too. I almost forgot to mention that you also need a box cutter if you plan to use the bar magnet. I don't think size matters. I actually lost my big one, so hopefully this small box cutter works. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this side. Okay, and now you're just gonna cut a home for the magnets. Careful, obviously. Okay, let's see if I can dig my fingers in there. Peel that out. It's a little bit too shallow, so I'm gonna dig some more. Sometimes I'll probably use a Dremel tool. I'll change it out to like a rod or something that's long like this. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So same deal, super glue. Wait 10-ish minutes. I kind of like to hold it for about 5-10 minutes because I kind of made it a little too loose, so just don't glue yourself together. Looks like we're ready to tackle on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to mark this just so I know that I'm not going to mess up when I glue it to the other foam. I'll just do T for top part, I guess, because this is the top part. Okay. Oh, also, let's say I want it at a specific spot. I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color this in with my marker. And then let's say I want it specifically let's say I want it specifically right here. Okay. There you go. I have this mark, and now I know where I'm going to exactly cut out the foam to insert the magnet in. I like to do a little twist to take this off. Okay. So now I have to be careful on how I put this magnet in, because again, the wrong side could be really, really bad. So I hope the marking's gonna go away. Okay, good. So T for top. This side is all marked with the marker, so I know that it's gonna face here. And we wait. Ooh, that clicking sound though. I hope you guys find this tutorial to be easy and simple. If you guys have any questions, please contact me. Thanks, guys.